So in this video, I want to talk about dating because that's what seems to get the most views. And the thing about me is I've been actually taking a break from dating. The reason for it is because I already was pretty much over it, but I decided to give it one more chance. And I was supposed to go on a date with this girl, and then she flaked the day of, like literally the morning of the date, which I thought was super disrespectful to do that. If someone comes up, that's cool. But then I saw her the next day, like out with her friends, and she came up to me and yeah, she admitted to that, she just flaked, like she didn't have a reason, right? She just didn't want it to hang out. And that pissed me off. And to be honest with you, I did something really reckless that night that I shouldn't say on YouTube because I could get in trouble for this, but I don't know. I really don't give a shit. But yeah, I don't know. I was just angry and driving fast. Let's just kind of keep it that way. And then I knew after that I had to seriously just stop like trying to date. I'm not even gonna call it dating because like it's been hard to even get girls to hang out, like, which sounds crazy because I get approached all the time. Now that I cut my hair off, I don't think I'm gonna be getting approached anytime soon, but I've been getting approached. And I met this girl and she was super into me, and she like hit me up, like she asked for my number and hit me up like the next day. And like we picked Thursday and she picked that day, and I was like perfect. Now the Red Sox are off, which is a thing that I do on the side. And then it's just like, bro, it just feels like if you can't get a girl to hang out that seemed like really interested and asked for your, and like, it just, I don't know, bro, if you guys have ever like experienced that, but it just didn't seem worth it. And that's what I've realized lately, is that dating doesn't seem worth it. And the best thing I think you can do is to not indulge in it, because what is really the reward? I mean, the reward could be you try to hang out with 100 girls and maybe one of them, maybe two of them actually hang out with you, and maybe something comes from one of them, like a course. But it just creates a lot of difficulties in life because like, and maybe it's just me, I'm not saying this is for everyone, but that definitely took a hit on the rest of like my week, not my life, but like that sucks, bro. Like my whole day was ruined. And the Red Sox were off. So it was like, what do I even do? Like, there's no game tonight. I'm not hanging out with this girl. And obviously, in the back of my mind, I'm being realistic and thinking that, she probably had better plans. So like, it wasn't just, maybe part of it was she wasn't interested. I think she was interested, but I think something kind of better just came along. And that's the luxury of being a girl, is that they have a ton of options and they can sort of use that to their advantage, whereas guys don't. So I started to sit down and ask myself, you have all these opportunities for the business and all these opportunities to focus on your health, both physically and mentally. And I don't even remember when this was. I think it was, or maybe 3 weeks ago to this point. It's probably like 3 weeks ago, coming up on 3 weeks, Thursday. And that was the last time I tried hanging out with a girl. There have been a couple since then that I've met, but nothing really came from it. A lot of the times, like, even when girls act like they come up to me and they say that I'm like cute or like handsome or whatever, and then I try to set something up, it just, nothing comes from it. So that's why I kind of just took myself out of the game, and certainly out of dating. I haven't been on a dating app in like a month and a half to this point. It's been a minute. I haven't had any desire. Like, there hasn't been a single night since then where I've wanted to get back on them. You're fighting a losing battle. Like, I don't like doing things I'm not in control of, right? So, well, that's kind of a lie because I drink alcohol. But that's, you guys get what I mean. Is like, I don't like putting myself into a situation to where I'm at a disadvantage. And the biggest disadvantage I could be in would literally be to go on a dating app or to try to hang out with a girl that I find to be like attractive or whatever. So then I turned that energy that I was putting into all of that into making YouTube content. I made three. Well, technically, this is my full. It's 12:44 a.m. So this doesn't count as the day before, but I still haven't slept, so I'm counting it. So this is my fourth Swaggy Alt video. This will come out on Tuesday. I made a Charger video. I made a Broncos video, a Jets video, a Vikings video. I think that's it. And then Swaggy Alt. Swaggy Alt is really easy to make. I just press record, so it's not. I'm not saying it's difficult. It's a lot of content though. Not to mention as well, how many Instagram posts did I make today? Like 4 or 5. So the whole day, and this has been going on for 3 days, but I've really been ramping it up, and I've been sort of channeling the energy into things that I can control, because if I work really hard on content, I'm going to see results. And I've always said this in the past, but it doesn't really matter what you do. It's not really going to matter, right? Like, people all the time think that if you just go to the gym for a year, all of a sudden your dating life's going to completely change. Go and ask people who have actually done that and put in the work. It doesn't. It really just doesn't, man. To be honest with you. I'm not saying that you have to be necessarily born good looking. Like, if you work on your body, your finances, your status, your hair, your outfits, of course you'll do better. But it just to me, it's always been stupid to me to do all of that to just like get in the door for women, right? But yeah, I don't know. I think it's really dumb, and I'd rather put in all that work for me. And if I happen to meet someone along the way, then cool. But that's kind of where I'm at right now, is I still am going to go out and socialize. Been making connections, but not approaching girls. I'm just simply not. I can't remember the last girl I approached. Actually, yeah, I can remember the last girl I approached. I'm not counting last week because my friends were already talking to girls, and I kind of, like, they called me over, whatever. Like, that doesn't count. But the last time I approached a girl, it's like this tall brunette, and we were having a great convo. And one of her friends just like came up and like grabbed her, and like we were talking, and I was in my head, I'm like, that's pretty rude to do. Whatever. Cool. So it always happens, but I'm sure you guys have seen videos online of like a guy approaching a girl and then like that happens. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. I don't really know what else to say, but it's just one of those situations to where it just doesn't seem worth it in the sense of risk versus reward. It's a lot of time and energy into dating, because you have to approach a bunch of girls. You can't just approach one girl. Like, you're going to have to probably approach 10 girls throughout the week. Maybe 6 of them will actually get back to you. Maybe 2 of them will actually go out with you. And then let's say one of them actually shows up. And then, more than likely ghost. Like, I've been doing it a while. And another thing as well is being pessimistic, which I certainly am. Obviously, I think we can kind of all agree on that. Like, being pessimistic is, it actually, this is one time I'll say being pessimistic is actually good, because I don't think it ever is. But if you're pessimistic for dating and you think that the girl's going to flake and she does flake, then it, like, I don't know. I guess that's contradicting what I said earlier, because I was angry about what happened. I don't know why I was angry, though, because I think I was angry because I actually thought that she would. So I guess, like, my point still kind of stands. Like, I thought this girl would. Usually I don't. Like, there was this one girl recently who her friend approached me and said, was like, hey, my friend, thinks you're super cute. And then I went over and I got her number, whatever. And then we texted a little bit, and then she just ghosted me. I was like, I kind of expected that. Like, I wasn't mad about that. But then, like, this one girl, I was like, I thought I had it in the bag Like the night we were talking and she asked for my number and we kissed and stuff, I was like, I got this. Like, but I didn't. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. Like, fuck, man. I feel like part of me does want to actually like see the success for me, but I think there is a small part that wants to do it to sort of prove the world wrong, and it's not even necessarily girls. A lot of it is to prove people right that believed in me. Like, I know the past couple of videos I've talked about yearbooks and how, people wrote in my yearbooks and teachers and students, and they just saw a lot of potential in me. And I just feel like I haven't really, like, I haven't given them like, I don't know, like, these people believed in me. And I'm sure, like, if you someone were to randomly go up to them and ask them, like, hey, like, how do you think this dude's doing? Like, they'd be like, oh, I'm sure he's crushing it, as a journalist or as a, creator. And then it's like, no, he's not. He's struggling. Like, he's, not even really getting by, and had one actual relationship, and that got fucked up. Like, it's just wild, man, to be honest. But so it's like, I want to do it for me. I want to do it for the people who believed in me, the doubters, like all the girls who just waste Sky's time and shit just for no reason, don't even have any remorse. Like, if she actually, like, genuinely felt bad about it and, like, hit me up and apologized, but she didn't, like, so it meant nothing to her. So it's like the past 3 days I've been so just angry, but I've used it for good. That's kind of the thing, is I've channeled it into working harder and making better content and going above and beyond. And I haven't spent any time the last couple of days doing stupid stuff and, like, chasing cheap dopamine. And the NFL season starts in less than a month, and this couldn't have happened at a better time, because I'm finally ready to do this thing that I've always feared, which is to go all in. I've always told you guys, like, I'm going to do it, but I never did. Like, I'm always trying to, like, hang out with these girls, like, texting these girls, and this never happens, so it's, like, never goes anywhere. So this is the first time where I've actually legitimately just had no distractions. Like, I'm not texting any girl yet. I'm not texting any of my friends. It's all just business. And I have so many things coming that I think people are going to like. I mean, I made a couple of Dexter videos. One got like 105 views. The other one has got like 10 views in like 6 hours or something like that, which is pretty bad. But it's Swag Yelt. Nobody subscribed to hear me talk about Dexter. But that's the thing, is there's opportunities everywhere. People want to hear about these things, like, and I'm not going to lie, if anybody's even listening, like, I'm going to be real. People just want to hear me talk about dating and complain about dating, and that's what I'm probably going to do, but not all the time. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a lot of failing at dating and feeling like a failure and feeling low. It's going to be a lot of negativity, but hey, man, again, if I can be real and people like listening to that, whether it inspires them or, like, makes them relate, or I don't know. I don't know. I don't read the comments, but people are watching them, people are subscribing. We're almost monetized. All we need is the subscribers. So once we hit 1,000 subscribers, these videos are going to be making money, which means that I'm going to have to actually go out and step up the quality. To be honest with you, like, I'll have to go on walks and things like that and make content, which I'm fine with doing. But for now, we're just going to be just doing what we've been doing and stuff like that. I want to make longer videos too, because I know they do better. And every time I make an 8-minute video, I look at the duration. People are watching, 5.5, 6 minutes into the videos. It's really good. Even my channels that I do for a living don't even do that well. I mean, if we hit 50%, that's pretty good. But, like, man, we're crushing it. But shit, bro, that's why I know people are, like, gaining something from this. Because if these were stupid videos, people wouldn't be watching them, right? At least not this type of niche. I mean, of course, like, if there's pranks and stuff like that, people can, they're pranks, stuff like that are dumb, but people still watch them. But this is, like, some serious stuff. But yeah, it's just that really was it for me, was that girl who flaked. And I just knew in that moment that I had to make a change. And that's why I don't even bother trying. I just feel like it's just fail after fail. Doesn't seem like anything's gonna come from it. And yeah, so I just end my nights kind of complaining. People like to listen, so appreciate you guys. To be honest, I think that's all I really got though. I'm about to go to sleep. I know I'm in a good spot when I don't want to sleep. You know, a lot of people love to sleep. They look forward to sleeping, just like they look forward to eating. The reason why I'm making this video, I'm sure maybe a part of it is that I'm a little bit sad and things like that. But the majority of it is truly because I don't want to go to sleep. You know, this is my 4th Swag Yelt video I've technically made in the last 24 hours. Not to mention the other 4 videos that I made earlier. So, I don't want to be sleeping because technically I'm making money while I'm sleeping because the views are still going up. But it's like I want to be working on content. I just want to overwork myself. And something that I got in a fight with my friend Heather, I don't know if she still watches my videos. She was. But if she is watching, we got in this, it wasn't like a fight or anything like that, but it was like an argument about burnout. And I told her that I don't believe in burnout. And I'm going to prove it to you guys. That I don't know how long I'd be expected to go, but I mean, if you really think about it, I've been posting daily YouTube videos since 2020, and I've never missed a day unless I was like, couldn't upload, like I was in New Hampshire or something like. But even like when I go on vacation, I still make videos. Like I just don't miss days. But that's not even really what I mean. It's more so of like going as hard as you can. And yeah, I just argued with her. I was like, I don't believe in burnout. I was like, if you're truly passionate about something, then how could you be burnt out of it? And that's how I feel about making sports content and making Swag Yelt content. I took a month off from Swag Yelt. It wasn't because I was burnt out. It's because I felt like a failure, like a loser. It's like I lost my relationship. I lost my apartment. I lost all my money. Like my friend didn't pay me any rent. My other friend, continuously, went behind my back and hung out with the girls that I liked, right? And lied to them. Multiple of them lied and this and that and tried getting with it's crazy to think those were my friends at one point, right? So I wasn't burnt out with Swag Yelt. I just couldn't bear coming up and talking. I made a video on Swag Yelt talking about how my roommate took this girl that I liked, and she kind of liked him, and she asked me about it. He's like, "Is it cool if I could get with her?" And what am I gonna say? No, obviously, I didn't want that to happen, but if she likes him, doesn't like me, then cool, But all that stuff makes you stronger. It might sound crazy, but all these things that have happened to me make me better as a person, as a man, as a creator. And it doesn't keep me up anymore. I don't, at one point, it's all I could think about. I used to play this song called The Night We Met and just think about this one chick, over and over and over again. And, even when I was dating my girlfriend, I was still thinking about this one girl, which is, I hate to say that, but I'm not here to lie. I'm not here to be perfect. I'm here to be real. And she kind of knew about her and stuff like that, but I feel like all the negatives that have happened to me, I feel like it's all going to change. And I've mentioned this, lately. I just feel like something is about to change my life. And it probably isn't going to be a girl. I think we can kind of all agree in that, but I think it's going to be just content. I think me breaking down film every single day and finding a joy, and time goes by so fast. Most people, when they work, it goes by so slow, but I'll be working on a film and then it's 1, and then I check the time, it's 5:30, and I'm like, what? I'm like, this is fun. And then I'm just getting out videos and seeing people comment like, "Hey, new subscriber," be like, keep that shit up, man. Like, yo, this is lit. Like that just people like that. Those people commenting that don't know that what I'm going through, and I hate to like act like I'm going through something like crazy because I do have a good life, but just my dating life sucks and I'm broke. Like that's really the only bad thing about it. And I'm trying to work on the money, and my health has been a lot better. But I was having issues like I just didn't like my body just didn't feel right. And then I started going outside and exercising, and all of a sudden it's like I feel like I'm like 20 again. Like so clearly I just needed to exercise. Huge reason why I cut my hair off was so I could go outside and not worry about sweat and like locks and things like that. So, but yeah, like those people don't realize like how big of an impact they're making. Like all of the issues that I talk about in Swaggy Alt, and then to read my fans and my subscribers liking the content and wanting more of it. Like, there's nothing that makes me happier than people waiting for me to upload. Like, when I go 2-3 days without uploading in Swaggy Alt, you know, I get messages from people like, "Hey, what's the next upload, man? Like, I'm waiting." Like, man, like, you know, as much as I feel like a failure, and I've talked about that recently, it makes you feel like somebody when you see that. And it's not even about, like, having millions of views, you know, even if we get 500 views, that's awesome, bro. Like, I remember when I first made Swaggy Alt, like, the first 2 years, I was getting, like, 10, 20, you know, then we started to get up to, like, 100, 150 an hour. You know, I have a video with over 10K talking about that girl, actually. Funny enough, right? That ghosted me. Not that that's funny, but you guys get what I mean, is that it happened to be that girl. Back when I was, how old was I? 21. So I was 21 years old. I was in college. And I had been talking to this girl, and I saw her on Tinder. She had her Instagram in her bio. I looked her up. She had like 200 followers, like really pretty Albanian girl. Started talking to her like every day, became obsessed with her, things like that. And we finally met up. Like she drove an hour to come see me because she didn't live in her dorm. She was at home or whatever. And then beautiful girl. I remember my sister had never seen me with a girl because like, you know, I was 21. Well, I mean, I wasn't a virgin. I lost my virginity like a year before this, but I was like never with girls. And then my sister told my mom about this girl and how beautiful she was, and she is beautiful. I still follow her on Instagram to this day. I can't say her name, obviously, but well, to be honest, like anyone that's like really smart could probably figure that out. I gave a lot of information away, but like whatever. She would just take it as a compliment. But yeah, I mean, we were friends or whatever, and I kind of told her like I wanted to take her out. I was like, I'm into you. And then, you guys got to see where that goes. So I remember I made a video and it got like 18,000 views. And I was like, I wasn't crying, but I was like fucking really depressed and was like telling people like, I'm going through a lot right now. I didn't say what, but I was like, I'm going through a lot. I was like, this and that. And then I remember like I got this comment, it had like 200 upvotes. And it was like, man, we here for you, bro. Like, keep doing your thing. Like all positive comments. Like, I think I had 1,000 comments on it. I think there was 18,000 views and like 1,000 comments. The video's still up on my channel. Not Swaggy Alt, but, and I just remember seeing that and being like, hold up a second. And then after that, I was at probably like, I don't know, 4,000 subs, and boom, 10,000 subs, and then eventually I just started swap from the Rockets to the NFL, and all of a sudden I blowing up, man, and I'm making 8K, 8.5K, 11.5K, like consistently every month, while also having a 3.3 in college. And the whole time it was this girl rejecting me that gave me that feel. This girl thinking I'm not good enough. Like, a girl rejecting you means she thinks she can do better. So I was like, she can do better? I was like, bet. Stop talking to her, and she hits me up, and she like wants to talk because she wasn't getting any attention from me anymore, and I was like, she made a mistake. And I remember thinking like I was a savage, and I could have I shouldn't have taken her back after all that, but I did. And then I just kind of like went back into my old ways, thinking, because she was like the best girl I could get at the time. And then I remember like every time, like, we were friends for years, and she'd have like a new boyfriend, and I'm like, bro, like, she's like, I'm not looking for anything, and she has like these guys, and then she got engaged, and now she's not engaged, and like, I talked to her kind of recently. Yeah, I kind of talked to her recently and like had a deep convo with her, and then she was like, you were always like really good, and there for me. And then I told her the truth. I was like, to be honest with you, I was like, I wasn't even a good friend. I was like just kind of being that so that way like I could get with you, and like she never understood that. That's why I don't think girls should be friends with guys, like, especially if they're in a relationship, because how does that make sense? Like, the guy wants to get with the girl, and if he had an opportunity, 90+% of the time he's gonna take that, right? So, but I'm like completely so off the rail, so off topic with rambling pretty much, but I want to make longer videos, and I'm not gonna lie, when I came to make this video, I told myself this is gonna be a 30-minute video, just because it's just better in the long run for the channel. And every single night before I go to bed, I think I'm gonna make these videos because it helps me go to sleep. Like, I just sleep more peacefully when I make these videos, and the fact that I can just press record and not have anything to pre-plan is pretty crazy to me. I kind of stopped going back and watching these videos just because I trust in myself to make sure that they're not a waste of people's time. And I look at the analytics and that they speak for themselves. And I mean by the duration, not by the views. 700 views isn't anything crazy. But like, when people are watching, 20 minutes on average into a 30-minute video, like, that's insane. Like, especially because I'm just holding a camera to my face. Like, I'm not walking around vlogging, right? Like, I'm just so... But yeah, I feel pretty good. Like, Sunday night was the angriest I'd been. Probably since something happened with my ex-girlfriend that I'm not going to talk about. Because there's certain things I will not talk about in Swag Yell, just for privacy. And sometimes I get into trouble for saying things in Swag Yell. Like, the person, like, they watch and they reach out, and I'm like, yeah, it's my bad, man. Or my bad, if it's like a homegirl or whatever. Can't talk about what happened, but something like really made me angry. And yeah, I just I don't know, man. It's like, it wasn't even angry like wanting to like punch something or break something. It was just inside, like, just feeling like boiled, like I was like 110 degrees or something crazy, like, inside. And then yesterday I felt a little bit better. And then today was just a normal day. And then I capped off this video sort of explaining my thoughts and why I have no interest in dating. And it's sad that I don't want to go on dating apps, that I don't want to approach girls, that I don't want to go on dates. It's a really sad concept, but when you have been through what I've been through, and I'm sure a lot of people have, especially if they're still listening, it's resonating with them in some way, then you understand. And this is something that I've never actually mentioned on the channel, and I'm going to mention it. You look at some of my friends, they've been in very long relationships. Like, my sister's been in a relationship for like, I don't know, 6-7 years at this point. I don't even know. And then it's like, none of the girls that I ever wanted to be with me like that. Like, they would like, there were some girls that did, but they weren't like I don't want to spend the rest of my life with them, if that kind of makes sense. Like, there were some really good girls, but it was like, I only get one partner in life. And I will say, I do regret not dating them, because I think it would have helped me to try to get but I feel like you should date to marry. You shouldn't just date to date. So I guess I don't really regret it necessarily, but I just feel like I'm at a point now where I missed out on a lot. I missed out on a lot of opportunities. I've been talking about this on the channel, and I just don't have the ability to put myself out there right now. Like, lost my apartment, need to get the money up, things like that, location-wise. So I'm going to spend the next several months, well, I'm going to spend the entirety of the next upcoming football season locked in, making money, saving money, and then I'm going to move to a city. I don't know where. Do I want to go back to Houston? I'd be lying if I said I didn't. I'm not saying I'm going to, but, I thought Houston was very, very interesting. And, having an apartment and, like, a good spot where I can go on a lot of dates. And the future is exciting, but at the end of the day, I got to keep putting in the work. But the past couple of days, I've been putting in the work. And you know how nice it is when you don't have any friends? You know how nice it is when you don't have any girls to talk to? When you just run a business? And just sort of make sure that I stay locked in. Didn't go out Saturday, despite my friends wanting me to go out. But I was like, I'm going to put me first tonight. And then Thursday and Friday, I did go out, but I didn't talk to any girls. I'm glad I didn't, to be honest with you. You guys want to know something funny? For those of you that stayed to the end of this video, I'm going to tell you what happened on Thursday. I didn't mention this on the channel because I was like, I didn't want to, but so two of my friends were with these two girls. One of my friends was like with one of these girls, and then her friend was single. And I start talking to these girls, and I'm like asking them, I was like, if they wanted a drink, right? I wasn't gonna buy them a drink, but I already had like extra drinks or whatever. So I was like, hey, like you guys like want to have a drink or whatever? And they're like, yeah. And whatever, we start talking. A couple of minutes go by, and then this girl is like, says she has a boyfriend. And I wasn't hitting on her at all, which is kind of the hilarious thing. And then her friend, like, I go up to her, like, I start talking to her friend. I'm like, oh, she said she had a boyfriend. And she's like, she doesn't have a boyfriend. And I was like, so that's why, that's kind of, like, proves my point of this video, is that, and I was watching this YouTuber earlier, and he was talking about how he would, like, go up to these girls and be like, ask them if they had a man, be like, if not, he'd be like, I'd love to take you out. And they're like, oh, I'm not interested. I feel like most of the time girls do that to boast their ego. And it's pretty ridiculous, to be honest with you. And, what do you really expect from guys if they go up to girls over and over again and they say that? And I think I'm a great communicator. And even, like, people who leave hate comments 24/7, it's like, they always continuously write, this and that, like, they talk shit, but they're like, I'll give you this. They're like, you're very articulate. Like, I've gotten the nastiest comments, like, hating on me, but then they're like, you're articulate, or you're intelligent. That's not the issue. You're a good speaker. It's this. So, I that's bullshit. Like, anyone that thinks, like, that's the way I'm approaching girls, because I know sometimes people are trying to be nice and they say that. It's not. It's just looks. It's not confidence. Obviously, you guys are listening to me right now, and you're probably like, you're unconfident when you go up to girls because you're pessimistic. No, like, I'm not like this at all when I go up to girls, because I know that energy is, like, looks is the most important, but if you give off, like, a weird vibe or energy, no chance. So, yeah, I'd be bringing that, but I don't know, man. Just an average dude, right? So, yeah, I mean, people can call it cope. I don't even care. Like, I don't hate it if they do. But I'm going to put my energy and my time into this. Into sitting in that. You see that chair under the light? That office chair with my mic? That's what I do all day, is I sit in that chair. Well, I edit film in my room, usually. And then I bring the computer out here, I break down the film, I post it. And that's what I do all day. And I wouldn't want to be doing anything else. And I'm so excited, because last year was a bad year for me for YouTube. Like, it was horrible. Like, it was embarrassing how bad it was. But a large reason for that is that, I had two horrible roommates, so I couldn't concentrate, and I was with toxic girls. So, like, I was fighting a losing battle. And eventually I got back in a rhythm. I was like, hey, I'm gonna not go out on Saturdays. And then I moved in with a new roommate, and he always wanted to go out on Saturdays. And then I just messed up, man, because we'd be going to like after parties and stuff all night long. And yeah, I just made mistakes, but I have a chance to fix my life. I'm not paying rent right now. I have a chance to save up money, and I want to capitalize on it. And the crazy thing is that this video was supposed to be about me wanting nothing to do with dating and with women and things like that. But I feel like this video made me want one even more. I don't know why. Well, it's pretty late, but like urges and things like that. I do have high testosterone, believe it or not. Why? Because, if you NoFap obviously boosts your testosterone, like lifting weights, exercising, which I've been doing, so like things like that. But the biggest thing as well is what I've realized is that as many bad girls that have been in my life, there's also been some really good ones. And I was thinking about this one chick last night. Like, I couldn't get her off my mind, this 18-year-old girl that I hung out with. And she was super cute and nice, and it's like the first time we met, and I was like, wanted to date her, and she's like, I want to date you too. Like, and I was like, this isn't how a relationship works. It was like, we don't just meet like the first day and date. But I was like, damn, like I want to date this girl. But then as I always do, I got greedy and was like, I could do better. And that's kind of my problem, is I think I can do better, but I can't do better. And so, that's why I'm single. A large reason why is, I know, for those of you that think like you should go for a girl that's like a 5 out of 10, I can't do that. Like, I need to go for 7s and a halves. That's just, like, go and look at my Instagram and look at who I follow and who follows me. They're all going to be really pretty, but that's cool, man. So, I can't get those types of girls, but that's right now. Maybe down the line I can, but 37 minutes is insane, bro. I've been talking for 38 minutes. See, the thing with me is I love to journal and I love to write in diaries. I don't call them diaries because it sounds really girly, but I've always enjoyed doing that. And normally this would be a waste of time, but it goes to Swag Yell. And it's not even like that. It's not even that I'm going to make money from it. It's more so of like, this means something. Like, I'm making an impact on at least one person's life. So that's why I'm going to continue to do it. And I know that I'm weak because I'm holding up and I do have like one of the big iPhones, but like my arm is actually like, like my wrist hurts from holding my phone like this. It's probably like so weird. Like, you guys are just kind of watching me. I don't know why I'm in this angle right now, but let me know in the Discord if I should make more videos just like looking up. I feel like I'm like looking up at the stars. I don't know. I'm so tired, but my throat is gonna hurt tomorrow from talking for like 40 minutes. But I just hear crickets and frogs, and what else do I hear? I don't even know what I hear, but it just feels so peaceful. Like, I know some people love getting up at like 5 in the morning. Like, I love being up at like 1, 2 a.m. when no one else is. It's just nothing like it. But I love ending my night. It's starting to hurt. I can tell. I'm gonna end it like in a couple seconds. But I just love the way I've been ending my nights of just documenting my progress. Because I do go back sometimes and look at my Swag Yell videos from years ago in college. Like, I still do. But it's just ending the nights on looking at what people have to say about me and making these videos. Like, I just know that very shortly here my life is about to change. And I can't wait. I can't wait to share it with you guys, man. Shit, I'm gonna be 27 this year in December. 27, it's crazy. I don't think I look like I'm 27. I feel like I look like I'm like 22, 23. Like this kid, this 17-year-old kid asked me how old I was last week. I was like, how old do you think I am? He's like, 19. You're like 19, right? I'm like, bro, told him I was 25. I was like, he's like, you 20? He's like, well, what? He's like, how old are you? He's like, you 25 or something? I was like, yeah. I'm 26, but like same thing, right? But cool kid, man. Really cool kid. Hopefully he can end up chasing his dreams and having a good life, but I think that's enough. 40-minute. I said I was gonna make a 40-minute, or I said I was gonna make a 30-minute video. I made a 40-minute video, so this is officially the longest video in Swaggy history. And yeah, to be honest with you guys, though, I don't mean to come across as a liar. I spent the last week not thinking about dating, or not necessarily thinking about it, but not like attempting to. That's not to say that this week I won't. Just so you guys know. Because I feel like I have to, like, eventually I'm going to get into a mode where I'm going to be, like, tempted to indulge in content, if you know what I mean. And I'll probably just go talk to girls to sort of, like, ease that off of me. And also I want to make content. So, like, even if a girl does reject me or ghost me, it's still content. And those videos get the most views anyway, so I probably will, but I don't even know what I'm going to title this video. It's probably going to be something along the lines of, I don't know. I don't even know. This is the first time usually I think of a title like that when I'm doing that. I don't even know, bro, but yeah, I'm going to end it. And I need you guys to leave a like. If any of you actually made it to the end of the video, I need you to leave a like, and here's why. For the drip, the PJs. The last girl that I was with, she forgot something and she pulled up in her car. Like, she drove here and this was like recently, but she forgot something, like I think like the key to her apartment or something, and she like left it in my room. Or no, she left it, where did she leave it? I think she left it on like the table outside or something. So it's like, I go to give it to her and I'm like, I'm in these same PJs, funny enough. No shirt on. I just like, was like, she woke me up. I had like went to sleep or whatever after she left. And then it's like I walk out there in my PJs. I hand her the keys. I'd never heard from her again. So I was like, all right, cool, whatever. We already did stuff, but I don't know why I included that, but I'm going to bed. Hopefully no girl calls me and forgets their keys. I don't think that's going to happen, but all right, peace.